Welcome everyone, and if you're watching this video, and this is a video where you will learn about one of the deadliest techniques of something that is very core part of every business, which some people they don't know, or probably they don't know directly. My insight into all this information, whatever is giving you, is completely my personal views, my personal experiences, and the exposures that happened. And so today, the topic that I'm going to talk to you is called as Dance of Death. I don't have a presentations to share with you, but I think this will be a great learning for all of you guys. And you will understand why I'm telling you all these things. So let me tell you, this story starts with last year in the pandemic when everyone was hiding inside their houses. Uh, by the way, I'm also known as Dada by more than 70,000-80,000 plus people now. So this fellow was actually loitering around in the jungle and the woods because no one was disturbing, and I was actually able to see and witness and experience the nature in its actual wild form. And how many of you believe? Okay, so now this entire forum is happening with my family of friends and family. We call them as brothers and sisters, and this is a family called Fest. So Fest is a program which has been typically designed and structured for people's second level of evolution. It is not a mindset program or a coaching program kind of things. This is I don't know what should I talk about this, but this is where I think this is the ultimate business concept what these guys are learning right now, and they are watching too. So I'm trying to give them the best of my learnings and exposures so that these people become the undoubtable and the unstoppable persons of the world. Okay, this is absolutely different thing. If you want to know more about Fest, please connect with any one of them. There is a link somewhere there. You can go and look at it. So what I would like to tell you today is it's a very deep topic. And if you understand this topic, this is something which is I will give you in a crust, but these people are going to learn it in much more deeper. So this story goes back to 2020, and the time of pandemic, and when rest of the world was inside. I was actually enjoying myself in a very remote place in West Bengal, and this place is called as Garumara National Park. Okay, this is a place you will find a lot of rhinos and bisons and deers and all these things. And it was a great place for me to go and enjoy this. Is because technically there is no one here. So I took a special privilege from one of the forest range officer from an influence, and I think that is the best way to live my life mask free for quite some time. So this is the place, Garumara National Park. I don't know if you are able to, guys, you are able to see the screen, right? So this place is specifically known for rhinos. Okay, rhinos, and you might get leopards also. Okay, I have not met probably tigers here, but they have tigers also. They say so. Rhinos have something I've seen it. So okay, so this is I think probably some kilometers away from Shiliguri. It took quite some time from Shiliguri to come here, and once you come here, the internal travel is done by bullock carts. I don't know if I can show you that. Okay, so you get this kind of bullock carts. Okay, they will take you to the village, which is the last village. After that, it's completely the wilderness, the vast wilderness, and this is how you travel inside this national park. Okay, so either you travel with elephants, okay, or you can travel with probably the bullock carts. This kind of bullock carts are there. Cool. So this is what happened with me. Okay, so I was staying there for quite some time, and I was living a mask-free life. There is no one. Okay, there is no one. It's only me and the wilderness. So at that one point of time, we had a lot of time, and I remember, when you are without your phones and social media and all these distractions, you live in a different life. So just near my hut, we had some small hut. I was sitting there, and these people in the village, they serve you the food and coffee and all these things. So they give not coffee, tea. So I had the chance to, probably have this amazing morning. Okay, and in that place, the morning is quite earlier because I'm from Bangalore, and I think the morning is way earlier than the Bangalore morning. So it was too early for me, and I was sitting there next to my hut, and I saw a very shiny small insect. Okay, shiny small insect. It was just hovering here and there and all these things for quite some time. And it took my attention. Okay, it really took my attention. And the hut was close to my place. Okay, and the food and all these things are like left out. So we've got some other flies and all these things there. Okay, everything is natural decomposting. And this fellow, I'll tell you, this is an amazing thing. Okay, let me show you this. Let me show you this. Okay, this is a kind of a small insect. Okay, this is called as the green wasp. Okay, it's called as the green wasp. Okay, is it visible, guys? Is it visible? Okay. Yeah. So what is the fantastic thing about this wasp? And today this entire topic is based on this insect's lifestyle and life story. So here is the story, guys, and I think this is something that you might love it. So at the end of this entire discussion, let me know how do you feel about this entire story. Fine, cool. Yeah. So here is the story. So I was given a cup of tea and I was sipping the tea, and this fellow was constantly irritating me because it was like flying here and there and sometimes. And I was actually able to see that, it was trying to do something. So it took some time, but then I saw there was one more wasp was there. Okay, it's called as green wasp. So it came out from a small tiny hole. Okay, and it tried to do something, and the hole was a little bit bigger than its body. It was bigger than its body, and suddenly I saw there are a lot of small cockroaches. The small cockroaches are also there. So the cockroach was happily enjoying the food or whatever it was left out there, and this fellow was just going around there. Guys, it was almost nothing less than 1 hour to 2 hours. I was able to see that this fellow was traveling here and there. Okay, just 1 second, guys. Just 1 second. All right. So, okay. So this is what was happening. I didn't first notice what is happening, but this guy, this small green color thing. I mean, the color is so bright, you will obviously see it, right? It is not something that we urban people we see in a day-to-day life. So it was just playing across. Okay, I thought, great, no problem. I didn't notice it. Okay, I didn't notice it, guys. I had no idea. But after some time, might be about 2 hours or 3 hours, I don't know. I came back to the same spot. I think I went out and I came back to the same spot. I was sitting there and enjoying the morning sun. I saw that the cockroach was not able to move. Yeah, the cockroach was there at the same point. It has not moved. It has not moved at all. And this small insect, which is like 20 times lesser, body size than the cockroach, is now trying to do some kind of a maneuver by which it is trying to pull that cockroach somewhere. And my question was, I mean, hello, have some sense, man. This is 20 times bigger than your body. Where are you going to go? You cannot drag it also. But to my amazement, I saw that it was struggling. It took almost like 45 minutes to 1 hour. Okay, see, I was jobless there. There is nothing there. What to do? I was constantly looking at it. This fellow took that entire, that big cockroach's body. The cockroach was alive because the tentacles were still moving. And I was trying to figure out what is going to happen. And I was like, see, a jobless guy will do all these things. Anyone like me? Have you started studying when probably on one ant is going and you are putting a scale here and the ant will go another way or it will climb out? Have you done this? So I was actually doing the same thing. I was looking, I was enjoying this. And anyways, there is nothing to do much. So I was enjoying this. After probably some time, guys, this is a completely a 4 hour of circus, which is happening here. Okay, it is not done in 1 minute. This fellow was able to drag that entire cockroach in that hole from where it has came out. I thought, oh, acha, it is going to be a dinner. Huh? How many of you think that it is going to be a dinner? Anyone? Raise your hand. A nice meal. Yeah. Even I also thought the same thing. It went inside. It took a lot of struggle because the hole was only of that size of that cockroach thing. I don't know how it was there, but it was there. Somehow it went inside, it squeezed inside. And I don't know. But uh, when I came back, okay, I saw it going inside, but when I came back, I couldn't find that place. I couldn't find that hole. The hole was completely covered, and I was not able to make out where was the hole. Okay, and I was like surprised. So does it have a kind of a door mechanism that this guy will come open? Okay, open system, the door will open and it's going to go inside. I was trying to figure out that. I was very fascinated, and I clicked one photo, okay, with my phone, but I couldn't share with anyone. And I went back, and I went back to Shiliguri, and I was there. Suddenly, I started to figure out, okay, and I was trying to figure out what is this. I did a kind of a Google image check, and then this is the photo which came across to me. Okay, this kind of photos came across to me, and it was similar. So this particular insect is called as I think the green wasp. Okay, the cuckoo wasp or the green wasp. I don't know what is it called as. Okay, so okay, so this is the insect, guys. Okay, this is the insect. Let me tell you the story. What actually happened? Okay. Okay, so I don't know if I can show you this. Yeah. Okay, so I was actually finding out different kind of things with this wasp, and I was very much associated with this this insect, and I started reading about. I don't know if I can show. Okay, so I was reading all these things. Okay, can you see this? Is it visible, guys? Is the video visible?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, so let me just stop it here. So this is something which is different. Okay, but what I saw was different. Now let me tell you, this wasp insect has a very small amount of something which is called as a neuro toxin kind of things. Okay, it's a neuroparasitic toxin, and it is so small, it will not kill anyone. Okay, but it can actually make certain things paralyzed. Okay, now I didn't know about all these things. I was reading, guys. This is all after me coming back to the city, and I was getting very much interested. So now this is what I understood is, see, this guy was constantly moving around this cockroach. Okay, and I thought it is just hunting something and just playing across. Might be. It was not playing. Okay, it was not playing. So I will tell you what is the science behind all these things, and look at how Mother Nature is trying to probably devour all these things. So this organism, this wasp, when it was going across the cockroach, first it was going on a bigger circle, then suddenly it just crossed it. Sometimes it just went in front of its face. Okay. Please mute yourself, guys. Okay. Okay. So yeah, thank you. Sometimes it was going very near to the cockroach. Sometimes it is going far. Sometimes it is coming next to it. And in one point of time, it hit that cockroach. Okay. It took some time, guys. It took more than 2-3 hours to do all this nonsense. Okay. To circus around this entire thing. And suddenly, in one of the time, when the cockroach was familiar. Okay, after 1 or 2 hours, the cockroach was familiar. Okay, it's just like another small insect. What it will do for me? So it was happy in its own way, own life. It was eating, shitting, everything, right? And it sometimes also I saw that it just hit the cockroach and went off. Okay, it happened multiple times in front of my eyes. Okay, I thought, okay, this is how the interspecies might be, reacting. So it's okay, right? I've seen ants, and there are so many kind of symbiotic associations like crows and buffaloes, like that. I thought something like that. Okay, I didn't go in that deep. I had no idea about this. Now, when I read about this story, I was like, astounded. So this is what happens. So this is the life cycle of this wasp. This wasp will find this cockroach, and it will, dance around it. And one point of the dance, it will just hit the cockroach at a place where it will be that neurotoxic element will typically make the cockroach, paralyzed. It is not dead; it is paralyzed. It can move its antennas, but it will not be able to move. So it gets in a kind of a zombie stage, right? So this is what happens. After that, the wasp actually struggles to get this entire thing to the hole. I thought it is going to eat probably later. This is how the spiders and all these other insects will do that. But it didn't eat it. It took that entire cockroach inside it. Now, this is what I read. Guys, I didn't know about that because the next day when I went there, the next time I went there, that hole was not there. It was completely concealed. So what happens is the wasp takes the body of this entire cockroach inside that hole, which is already done by it. Okay. This is completely planned. Can you imagine a small insect, not even a grain of brain, I think, I thought, but it is so much talented. I thought it is going to eat. It is not like that. So what happens is it takes the cockroach inside and then it makes the hole smaller. The cockroach is paralyzed and it is not able to move now. And the hole is very tiny where only that green wasp can come out. Or I mean, it will not, the cockroach will not be able to come out. It is like bottle shaped. Now what happens inside this thing? Okay. Inside this thing, the wasp goes inside and that particular that cockroach which is there, it will examine the entire body of the cockroach and it will find a very soft place under the belly. Okay, here this insect is going to make a small cut with its fangs. Okay, that fangs will make a small cut and it will lay its larva or the eggs. How beautiful is this? Now, for the small eggs or the larva, whatever the small tiny things, they get a very nice, cozy, warm place. Yes or no? Number two, they have food for at least for some time because it eats on the food from the body of the cockroach. It is hot. It is warm. Cockroach is typically a pochothermal. So it will take all the nutrients from the body of the cockroach, and the cockroach is now fixed in a place, cannot move. It's a very deadly death, right? It is aware, it cannot move. It is not paralyzed now, but cannot move because it is entrapped, it is imprisoned. And after laying these eggs, it is for the last time the wasp says goodbye to the small unhatched youngsters. It comes out of the hole for the last time and it closes the hole. It closes the hole. That takes almost like 30 minutes to 45 minutes to close that entire hole. And then it goes out. How many of you love this story? Okay. How many of you love this story? This is the story of Mother Nature. Okay. This is the story of Mother Nature. So when I discovered all these things, I was actually, seeing all these things, but I didn't know the story behind. I thought it is going to eat, but it is not for itself, but it is for the rest of its next generation. And from that hole, might be one more will come out, another dance of death, another life form. And it is continuing from thousands and thousands of years. Fantastic. Good. Now, what did you learn from this and how do I connect it to business? Right. When I am there, I have to connect with business. So this entire dancing is called as the dance of death. Look at the business. Okay. I will not say the death part of it, but this is where you get your clients and prospects fixed with your products and your services. So the first part of this entire game was about understanding and maneuvering about the environment. What is there, how much it is there, what I can do, how much I can probably look into as a resource from this. The first thing is resourcefulness. The second thing is awareness. Okay, so the first maneuver was done by this small insect. It is exactly like an awareness campaign. How many of you are understanding this? It is an awareness campaign. Just to understand, okay, this is my target area, this is my group, this is my geography, this is my target clients. Then he finds out the exact would-be prospect. What is the prospect? The cockroach was the prospect. It didn't dance around the other cockroaches. It took only one cockroach and it was there for many, many hours. Guys, it is not minutes. It was constantly finding out, okay, what is the next move, where it is going, what is going to be the most probable place for it to go now. And the cockroach was also moving. And it started to dance around this cockroach. That is the second thing, which is called as the engagement and nourishment also. Okay, sometimes we call it as nurturing. Are you able to see this? Anyone understanding this business process now? Okay. And one fine day, that proposal was done. Small, the kiss of death, the kiss of the death, right? A small thing. The guy is not dead, but it is paralyzed. Now he has to listen to this. So what happens is, that is called as in-store branding. You need to drag that customer and bring it to your store, right? Then you sit around, say, have a tea, sir. Then I'm going to give you all the brainwashing things. Have you understood this part? Has it happened with you when you bought insurance, mediclaim, or real estate, or any kind of automobile, right? That's the same kind of concept happened. Nature is also doing the same business with you. Are you understanding? So what happens is, somewhere you get the awareness, you are the cockroach right now. Think yourself as the cockroach and think that this this green wasp is the business guy. He's going to figure out. Then one fine day, oh, you don't have a life insurance, right? Oh, there is a great business. This is how network marketing also is done, right? They'll come close. Okay, come to a coffee shop. We're going to do this. And the coffee shop, it is a kiss of death happens. And then you are paralyzed because he has bought you a tea. You cannot move out. So you sit there. And what happens? He lays the eggs. What is the eggs here? Eggs are opportunities. Eggs are the offers. Eggs are all the things that you can do with the products and services by giving your life. Are you able to understand this dance of death with business? If you can understand this, this is how the entire business is right now working. And if you want to be the best of the West, then you need to understand your area, your geography, your target group's probability, what they want, where they are, how far they are from your place. You have to do all these things, right? So this is the first part of the dance of death. So in first, I talk about the second and third part of it, how exactly this entire thing happens, what is the maneuvers here and there. So with that, I will probably put a pause here. This is just a story to tell you that this is what I learned from observing nature. So I will just go mute. I would like to take your suggestions and feedback about this story. So one by one, who wants to go first? So unmute, talk, pass the mic. Go ahead.
Yeah, amazing. The way you connect that with business, that is a remarkable thing. And the research did happen, even in understanding that, right? You didn't leave it just by saying like, wow, it's interesting. So you connected it like, it's like all the Mahabharata stories, Ramayana stories. The stories are there to instill some message. And here it happens to be a business message. That is quite remarkable. Even without any presentation, as you used to say, you're able to kind of install this particular story and the related stuff in our brain. Like one time hearing it is enough. So that is a beauty. So we understand both the parts and looking eager to find the rest of it. So I'll give it to Ritesh. Ritesh, you can open up and speak.
Hello, Dada.
Yeah, hello. Come on screen. Yeah, go ahead.
Dada, and I want to tell you something.
Yeah,
Dada,
so we are recording this. So I hope it is within this perimeter of this discussion.
Dada, I'm unable to join your fest now.
It's okay. We cannot, as I said, we are recording this. If it is something other than this, we can talk later. Okay. Anything about this story that you learned here? Would you like to share something here?
Yeah, this is a great story. The point when you join this story with the business is remarkable. How this is a wow moment for me. How this life insurance guy, the mediclaim guy.
Yeah, good. So, fantastic. Okay, so would you like to share the mic? We have got very limited time, guys.
Yeah,
so
I will say the Gaurav.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Dada, this is another remarkable story, which you have given us. I think ब्यूटी ये है दादा कि आपने इसको बिजनेस इम्प्लीकेशन निकाला इसका, और वो भी इस तरीके से कि मतलब इट टीचेस अस अ वेरी अमेजिंग कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ क्लोजिंग. And so I think the whole story is woven into a great concept of closing. So I have got these steps, like market research is figuring out and prospect, then nurturing, then proposing and proposal, and then closing, which is the kiss of death. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, sometimes you give the concept in such a way that you don't need to even remember that. That thing will not leave you.
Fantastic.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, pass the mic. Okay, I've got only two more people max. Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Let's talk to Santosh.
So the dance of death was shared here. So I also was taking this technique. I thought who has implemented in my life. So I also, one person was taking into my coffee shop and introducing me offer of MLM. So I thought of connecting this story with what has happened in my life. So it has connected. So I'm thinking, how can I implement this strategy so that I can understand better and implement in our life. So I was having one action of plan, like if I build my portfolio in a better manner and connect with clubhouse where a number of influencers are there, so we can just
Fantastic. Amazing.
attack them, and we can show our visible faces over there and grasp the offer over there.
Fantastic. Nice one. Santosh, you are already growing high. Okay. We are growing too much. Okay. So who want to pass on? Pass on. One more person.
Yeah, Dada, good morning.
Let's say let Santosh pass.
Deep
Let
Raj.
Santosh pass.
Deep Raj.
Yeah, thank you, Santosh. Thank you very much. So I would like to say one important thing. Like whatever the story that you told us today, that shows that how deeply engrossed you are, in your mindset is totally directed towards business, and how deeply you understand business, and how do you analyze business. And if I, as a teacher, if I see this, I can also relate this with teaching also, but I'll not go to that right now. And the most important thing about the entire story was planning. Planning was the number one priority there. If the plan was not there, I think the story would not have the real, the end which it, the beautiful way it ended. It would not have that beautiful way, and we would not have the moral. Now, so there's one story also. I would like to say, I would like to title the story there, like the death of a whole. Like in the story, it happens. This will go very fast. The story is like this: there was a father, and he was watching his son, from a very tender age. He was watching his son grow, and he realized one day that his son was into a bad habit, that he had started smoking. But his son was good at everything. He used to be a good football player. He used to be a good dancer. He used to be good at studies also. So he thought that no, this one bad habit I should not point out, because he's good at everything. So he just neglected and never told him that no, you should not smoke. So as time passed on, one day he went to his son and just entered his room, and there was a lot of smoke inside the room. And he said, "Are you into bad habit, or have you started taking something?" "No, father, no, I am not smoking." "No, I think you're smoking. See, how many smokes you smoke in a day?" And he says 40, and he feels very bad, and he goes back and he tells him that you should stop doing this. And the son gets very agitated and thinks, "This is one of my fancies. Please do not stop. There's so many people who are into drugs, who are into other things. So please do not stop me. Okay, this is one of the things I have. We all have one bad habit, father. Please do not stop me. One bad habit is not going to spoil my life." Then the father did not have an answer to that. He goes back, and when he goes out of his house, he sees a small child watering the plant. But the watering pot he was carrying had a hole, had 5 holes, and he had fixed the holes, 4 holes, but he could not fix the one hole. So what happened? The water was dropping from the hole. So the father and the son was looking at that thing, and he asked the boy who was watering the plant, "Until and unless you fix the hole, the one hole which you have, will not be able to water the plant," because he was trying to water the plant. And he understood that. And actually, this line was spoken by the son only. So he told the father goes near the son and says, "That was what I was trying to tell you. If you have one hole which you cannot fix, that is also going to give you a lot of problem." So the dance of the death and the dance, the dance of the whole, like it's quite related. Until and unless you understand the one problem which a client is having, until and unless you deeply understand the problem, and will, even though you might have a lot of problems, and when you focus on that problem which is really urgent and very important, and if as a closure you can address that problem, you can really close the deal. So this is how I related the story. So and and this was a great story, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dipraj. I think I can see the teacher inside you now. Very nice, beautiful, good. Okay, so I think Alex wanted to say something, so I would definitely give a chance to Alex.
Yes, Dada, good morning.
Yeah,
Hello.
go ahead.
Yeah, Dada, actually, this story applies in my life also, because these things I have experienced a lot. And since I came into a working environment, hotel industry. So since I just entered into business, I learned a lot of things. Unless and until if you don't have a planning, you're not gonna win anything. So these things, the story what you told me, I realized it now, and I really came to know the lesson of this insect, how he planned and how he went about, and how he made his uh, the prey in a trap. So the same thing I will try to imply in my life and work on it, and then I hope I might get a good result, and I will work for the best results also.
Amazing.
So these things today morning, what I realized and what I learned is about the planning, what you do in your business.
Good.
That's it. Then. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I will yeah, thanks, Alex. So I will just probably add one more point. Let me just spotlight myself. 1 second. Okay, so I'm already spotlighted. So I'll just add one more point. I was at a I was working for one of Asia's largest cancer care network. It's called as HCG. Anyone knows HCG? Anyone knows HCG? This is Asia's largest cancer care network. Okay, I don't know if I can just show you. Okay. Okay. Okay, might be you will understand from this this logo, I guess. I don't know. Anyone knows about this logo? HCG Group of Hospitals. Okay, they're basically into cancer. Okay, they're largest in Asia. They're the largest one. Okay, HCG. And I was privileged to work with this company. So HCG, remember always this. Okay, every planning, every business has to have an HCG. Without that, your planning will not work. Okay, whatever you do, whatever you put in effort is not going to work. So these are three different tactics. Okay, the first one is you need to have a hunger. Okay, otherwise it's not going to work. Why you want to plan if you are not hungry, right? So the hunger can be many things. Okay, it can be mindfulness hunger, it might be financial hunger, it might be career hunger, it might be security hunger, anything. The number two is curiosity. Okay, some of the biggest inventions has happened because of curiosity. Okay, there is a great instinct of only animals and insects, curiosity. And the last thing is called genetics. Okay, so what I told you, the example of dance of death, it is pure genetics. Okay, the wasp is genetically, how many of you know that there are certain birds, they migrate? Who is giving them the direction? What is the GPS? There is no GPS, right? But they migrate. How do they know? How do you know the turtles come back to shore and lay eggs and they go off? So there is something which is genetics. It is there in their gene. Okay, it is there. You can't stop it. How do you know the weaver birds or tailor birds? They make beautiful nest. Who has taught them stitching? So they have learned it from their genetics. Correct. The second thing is called curiosity, and the third thing is called as hunger. Thank you. So did you get that? So if you don't have these three elements, then whatever you are doing, it is not going to be of purposefulness. Very powerful, right? So I think SCG company should take this quote from me. All right. So that's all from my side today. So what I'm going to do is, if you are watching this video, wherever you guys are there, in whichever part of the world, and if you found that this is interesting, and if you think that this is a story that should reach out to somebody else, then gift this video or this part of the things to that friend of yours who might really need this. And you can probably give him this enlightenment to him, because right now in social media, it is what you share is what you are. That's a perception. It's a perception. So I think this is the best way to give it to you. This can be your things, and you can drop in any of your messages if you feel like this is something which is connected with you, and yeah, you can do whatever with the emojis, whatever is here. And if you are somebody who wants to know what we do together, how it is happening, and what is the world and the galaxy behind this, I'm just a small mediator to connect these dots here. So join in. This is a session of Dumb Mastery. It happens at exactly 8 o'clock. And I will see you on the other side with that. I invite you to more such kind of sessions. If you're interested, then there is some kind of a link. We'll figure it out. I'm sure you guys can figure it out. Okay. So thank you so much for hearing this video, and I will see you in the next session. Keep watching.
Thanks, sir.